Hello again and a very, very good evening. My name's Sean Ryan. You are, of course, watching the Planet Cruise TV show. It's a regular show every Tuesday. We've been with you now around about 8 years, actually, and we always feature some of the hottest deals available. We've got 6 cruises to choose from tonight and some amazing savings. And I'm joined by the fabulous Justin Hazel tonight. The fabulous Justin Hazel.
Fabulous,
I know.
Not just Justin.
No.
Hey,
Fabulous.
the fabulous Justin. How you doing?
I'm very good, mate. How are
Good.
you?
I hear that you've booked your next cruise.
I have, yes.
Already? Oh, who are you cruising with?
I'm cruising with Celebrity.
Which is coming up tonight because we've got Ruth joining us on the sofa.
Yes.
We've got great deals though. We're kicking off with a Princess deal, unbelievable value. We've got a Celebrity special as well that Ruth will tell you about. We've got a fantastic river cruise with Avalon. We've got a great P&O deal close to my heart. And we've got a once-in-a-lifetime cruise at the end where you get to see pandas. Hey.
So something for everybody.
Yeah, it really is. And, of course, don't forget, with Planet Cruise being so bespoke, if there's something that you've always wanted to do and it's not on tonight's show, phone the number at the bottom of the screen, give the guys a call, because they've got so much experience. They've travelled so far and so wide. They've all been in the cruise industry or the travel industry. They're not just somebody that's just going through a brochure. They know what they're talking about.
And when you are booking any holiday, you want to make sure everything is perfect. And you want to make sure that your money is safe as well, Justin, don't you?
Yeah, it's all bonded, it's APTA and ATOL protected as well, so completely safe and secure. And we're also top agents with a lot of the cruise lines, so you get exclusive offers as well. In fact, we've got something a little bit later on where you get half-price gratuities, easy for me to say, or free port parking as well. And that is a Planet Cruise exclusive.
And what is nice, between the pair of us, I've been on, I think it's 23 cruises now. I've been very, very lucky. Justin worked on the ships for many, many years.
Yes, 6 years, as you can see.
In the entertainment areas, you can imagine.
No.
Yeah. So between us, we are here to help and advise. But we're always short of time, so we're going to crack on straight away with a fantastic cruise. I was very lucky to cruise with Princess Cruises last year, and we're going to take you on a 7-night cruise on board the Crown Princess. Prices here starting at just $629, and actually $579 if you have cruised with Princess in the past as well. But let's just give you a little taster of the Princess experience. Beautiful ships.
Yeah, beautiful ships. And as you can see, she's a Grand Class ship. So you've got iconic features like the nightclub around the back of the funnel. Fantastic range of restaurants and bars as well. They've got great selections and something for everybody as well. The great thing about Princess is it's very close to the British market because it was very much the American side of P&O. So you're familiar with the ships. And again, if you've been on P&O ships before, you'll recognise the Princess ships. The food is fantastic. You get steak houses on board. You've got Italian restaurants as well. You've got a good boozer. You've got things like movies underneath the stars as well, so you can go and watch the latest release. Great open deck areas with pools and jacuzzis, great sail away parties from the aft end, and great spa facilities as well.
I tell you, when you look at all the different areas on a ship like this, it's amazing, isn't it?
Do you know, sometimes people say, oh, it's too big, it's too big. The thing is, with a big ship, is you've got lots of places to explore, and that means there's places that you will miss. Guess what? Other people miss that too, and you can have a little secret, secluded hideaway.
Very true, actually. I mean, I went with some friends last year on a Princess cruise, and they're actually quite shy people, and we could always find a quiet corner. And they got louder as the cruise continued, actually.
What, was that because of the drinks package?
Yeah, it could have been, actually. Beautiful staterooms as well.
Fantastic facilities. And one thing I need to point out on this one, deal-wise, is that it's a really, really low deposit as well. So if you're thinking about later on next year, then this is going to be perfect for you.
And don't forget... tonight we have got prices starting at just $629 off $579 if you are a Princess Pass passenger as well, and up to $295 per stateroom in terms of onboard spend.
And I think we need to point out as well, it is next year that we're talking about, not this year, because I think May's gone.
Oh, it has, yeah. It's 2017.
It is 2017, apologies for that. But it's where we're going. It's just a great 7-night Southampton sail away and Southampton return. So you don't have to worry about any of your luggage. You can just take as much as you want. Straight over to St. Peter Port, lovely little place. Fantastic little markets and great jewellery shops as well. Lots of history here as well. Then we're on to a nice relaxing day at sea, so you can make the most of that fantastic ship. Then we're into Bordeaux. Straight away, you know that you're into a fantastic wine region. And what you can see here, I mean, just imagine wandering around these beautiful palaces and go out to the vineyards as well. You've got to. And bring a bottle back I've actually got a bottle. It's probably gone well past its sell-by date, a bit like me, really. But I've kept it because you know when you see something that's special, whether it's a year or it's a name. I actually found a bottle of wine that was called Justin Vineyards. And I think it's about 12 years old now. It's probably like vinegar. But it's nice to have the bottle, and it's those memories that you create when you're on a cruise.
It might have matured very well, just like you, Justin. It might. It might have. Anyway, where's next?
We're off to Bilbao. You're a joker. One thing you've got to go and do here is go and see some of the museums and the fantastic floral displays as well. It's one of those ports you can just have a little bit of a wander around, but you've got to go, if you love art, then you've got to go to the Guggenheim Museum, a fantastic architecture. Even if you just go outside and get a selfie or a picture with it, it's one of those iconic buildings you've got to go and see. Then we're off to La Coruña. Now, one of the things I absolutely love here is the fact that you've got a small harbour town with plenty to do. Go and see the Tower of Hercules, or the Torre of Hercules, because this is a 2,000-year-old monument. Some fantastic viewing spots to take some great photos, and it's one of those places again that you can just go off, have a wander. There are some tours available if you want to go a little bit further afield and see some of the magnificent architecture. But it's very much one of those ports that you can do as much or as little as you want. Then you've got a nice relaxing day at sea, back to Southampton, and the perfect end to a lovely 7-night cruise of Princess Cruises.
And a lot's included in this one as well. So just to remind you, now you actually get up to $295 on board spend per stone. That will be on your account, so you can use that for drinks, you can use it for tours, you can use it for shopping and some of the great boutiques on board the ship. We've got a family force special that starts from only $1,929. And something that I would always advise, if you are cruising out of Southampton, we've got a very special relationship with the Meon Valley Marriott, so you could actually stay there for only £89 per person, and you get free parking and port transfers. We'll find more about that later. And as we mentioned, Princess really look after their past passengers, so you will get an additional discount. Your price, and actually my price, would only be $579 tonight. Don't forget to free phone number 080-250-2662. And the ID number is 108777. Now, the sofa has suddenly become very glamorous.
What are you trying to say?
Sorry, Justin. Because our lovely Ruth's a great friend of ours from Celebrities with us right now.
Lovely to be back. I haven't been here for ages with you, have I?
It's been far too long.
I know.
But you have been bringing us great deals on a weekly basis.
We have. I've been sending them to you every week, and I was delighted to hear you've booked another celebrity cruise.
I have. It's my
Excellent.
6th, isn't it? Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Australia.
Ruth, I have never ever been disappointed. That's why. And I have got.
Oh, that's lovely.
It's awful to say, but you do get. The more cruises you do, the higher standards almost get.
Yes, your expectations get higher.
But, you know, Celebrity, I'm a massive fan.
I know.
And the deal you've brought us tonight has just come down in price literally
today, hasn't it? Yes, it really has. It's absolutely exceptional. It's on my personally favourite ship, Celebrity Eclipse, sailing out of Southampton. Voted best ship sailing from the UK last year.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, award-winning.
Multi-award winning, yes. You won best staterooms, best dining, and best ship from the UK overall.
Well, I
think we're really proud of that.
Should we have a look?
Yeah, let's do that.
So have a look. Let's take you on board. This is what Celebrity 5-star modern luxury is all about.
Well, that's me. That would
was
be
that your
me
leg?
with my... No, I wish it was. My toes in the lawn, up on the top deck there. It is really half an acre of real growing grass. You've got golf, a picnic, the Sunset Bar, my favourite bar up there. Or you might want to relax in the spa, Canyon Ranch, the Persian Garden, which you can see there. Those are hot stone beds. You want to relax in the library. There is so much you can do. And you can do some of it, all of it, or none of it. It's your choice. But one of our major passions on board is food and wine. And there you can see our crystal wine tower. And we actually have one of the largest and rarest wine collections at sea. And whether you want casual dining with hamburgers, you want Michelin star French cuisine, we even now in Tuscan Grill, our rustic Italian, make our own limoncello.
Really?
We
Oh,
do.
now you're talking.
It's incredible. And there, I know that's one of your favourite spots, the Martini Ice Bar.
Especially that dirty martini as well.
Exactly,
Oh.
but over 100 different flavours and brands of vodka and martini. And we say they're enchanting destinations. Well, this is a superb itinerary. And when you see how much time you're going to get in your ports of call, you will be delighted. and receive exceptional service on board.
Do you know, just looking at the Eclipse, I've got so many amazing memories. I mean, she's a stunning ship.
She really is.
Now, although I know the ship very well, we're actually going to parts of the world that I've never been to.
Oh, I have, and I bet you have.
Just as well.
The thing, I really just want to make it emphasise a point here, though. The ship is a destination. Having been in the cruise industry and been on a lot of cruise ships, seeing that ship, I wouldn't want to leave the ship. It's a great itinerary, but, you know, wherever a celebrity ship goes, you've got those facilities on board, and that's why you're going back time and time again, because you're getting that.
And I've got to say, although we are seeing some beautiful places, that the feeling of getting back aboard the ship is always wonderful.
It really is, and actually you have got 1 or 2 days at sea peppered in between to relax and enjoy the ship and the experience.
Well, let's begin then. So we are cruising out of Southampton. So again, your holiday, your cruise begins straight away. And where are we going first then, guys?
Just a little short hop across the Bruges. What a lovely place. The canals are fantastic. You've got to go on a tour here. You've got over 180 different breweries brewing about 800 different beers. So whatever you like. And try these things, you know. So I'll be quite honest with you that before I'd actually gone cruising, I was very, very insular and narrow-minded with what I'd try. I went on a cruise, I tried everything. And that's the great thing, you've got to go and do these things. Also, chocolate's massively prominent in this area. There's actually bars and restaurants that just dedicate just chocolate. It's just amazing.
I could live with that.
Me too. Chocolate and beer, heaven.
Now, the next 2 days are at sea, so you can enjoy that fabulous 5-star, beautiful modern ship.
Yes. But then you've got Stockholm, and this is one of the most iconic sailings in the world. It is actually the largest archipelago in the Northern Hemisphere, and it's actually a city built on 14 islands with 50 bridges. Now, this is where you want a balcony cabin, because when you sail in, it is breathtaking. But it's also the home of the Nobel Prize. You've got the ABBA Museum. You've actually got Gamla Stan, which is the old town, and that's very quaint and cobbled streets and feels like you're in a fairy tale. You know, it's absolutely
very
beautiful.
Clean as well, unbelievably
very walkable
clean.
City
Yeah.
Just in still think about the ABBA Museum, aren't you?
Do you know, I'll be there. I'll be there in a heartbeat.
Exactly.
I really would. I would. I tell you what, though, my favourite port's coming up next, Tallinn. Just a great place to go to. One thing that you have to do is go and get some flowers. Because, you know, again, you know, your home that you have on board the ship, you can just enhance it. There's a lovely flower market. There's the town square with the town hall. It does tend to be a little bit expensive just around the edge there on some, but it's good for people watching. So, you know, you do get what you pay for. The flower market just on the left-hand side before you go up into the main town is great. And the church at the top of the hill, it's a steep hill, well worth the walk because there's some lovely little markets up there and great views.
Now, a place that I'm desperate to visit is next, Ruth.
Oh, you must come here. And I tell you what's incredible about this itinerary. It's very rare, but here you've got 3 days in St. Petersburg.
Really?
Not 2, but 3. So you've got 2 evenings and 3 full days.
And you really can, because sometimes you go into St. Petersburg, you have a day, and it's a lot to do because you've got the Hermitage, which, I mean, you could spend months in there and still see something new every day. But then in the evening, one of my favourite things, believe it or not, I know I always go on about going to bars and things like that, love the Russian ballet. Because, you know, when in Rome, you've got to go and see the ballet, have a glass of champagne, dress up. It's a full live orchestra that you generally see. I mean, there's a lot of tours that you can do.
And do you know what else we do? In St. Petersburg, we do a vodka tasting tour.
Oh, no.
In
Do you?
Russia. See, now, both you boys, your eyes have lit up.
I'm booking it.
That's the Church of the Spilled Blood that you just saw there. So there is history and architecture and culture. It's also known as the Venice of the North because the canals, it's just incredible.
You are going to have 3 fabulous days there.
You are.
Now, your next day is at sea, so again, just enjoy that stunning ship and all that she has to offer. But where's next then?
We're actually into Warnemünde, which is the port for Berlin. So if you do want to do a day tour into Berlin, you can go and see the gates. You can go and get your passport stamped by a checkport, Charlie. But I'd actually stay in Warnemünde because it's a beautiful little town. And one of the crazy things is that they go swimming there every day. Every day. So you go down to the beaches and you will see these little wicker baskets that they used to get changed in. It is very much sort of turn of the century. Very, very pretty town. And of course, if you do want to go on into Berlin, if you haven't been there before, then well worth going. Then we're into Copenhagen. Again, great port. You can actually walk from the ship to these beautiful, quaint buildings. Colourful buildings there, and also the traditional boats. I think these are the old gaffer boats. On the way down, you want to go and see Hans Christian Andersen's Little Mermaid, of course, in tribute to the author.
But
all I
she's
would
tiny,
say, yeah,
isn't
she is
she?
tiny,
There
and
she is,
if
she
you want to
looks
get your feet
huge.
wet, you can get a photo with her.
Is
She
she
is
your
tiny.
size, Ruth?
She's even
She's
smaller
petite,
than
yeah.
me, and that's saying something. Yes.
But one thing you've got to do here is you've got to go to Tivoli Gardens.
Yep.
Because Tivoli, it's like the greatest sort of theme park ever. It's the original. You've got an authentic wooden roller coaster. You've got bandstands. You've got museums. It's the first place.
But you've got beautiful gardens there as well. So it is Tivoli Gardens. So it's more like a beautiful park in the daytime, but comes alive in the evening. And we actually don't sail till something like 10 or 11 o'clock at night.
Lovely.
So again, you can go there in the evening and bring it to life. Yes.
And then a final 2 days at sea. You love those days at sea on a celebrity ship.
You will.
You really will. And then back, of course, to Southampton as well. What an incredible 2 weeks. And bear in mind, our prices today, and these prices have just come down to 1,149. However, Ruth, you've got loads of extras. I'm just going to show you the pricing here because if you upgrade to an ocean view or balcony, we are including loads of extras.
Yes, we're actually from Ocean View staterooms and above. You'll get our free classic drinks package, which we know everybody loves.
It's
You'll
a really
also,
exceptional drinks package.
And then we will be giving you some onboard spend. The balcony there, you can see we've got a free upgrade. You would get a $400 onboard spend.
And we worked
as
out,
well.
and I know exchange rates will vary and things, but we worked out around about £300 at
And
today's
look at
rates.
all the shore excursions you could do in St. Petersburg with that for free. And of course, Planet have got something extra special.
Yeah, well, and bear in mind, Celebrity give us some great deals, but we're actually enhanced the deal further. If you book through Planet, then you're also going to get free port parking, or you're going to get half price gratuities.
Wow.
So the choice is, I mean, definitely.
And that's worth over £100, no matter which one you choose.
So it's really worth upgrading.
Yes.
Now back to the drinks package, because now jokes. But what I love about the classic drinks package, you get all of the fabulous specialty coffees, which I love.
You do, yes. Lattes, macchiatos. We even do an espresso poured over a ball of ice cream in a martini glass. How fabulous is that?
All of your selected beers, spirits, wines and cocktails, and a huge selection. And we're not just talking...
Huge selection.
And we're talking about really well-known brands,
yes,
aren't we?
Tanqueray Gin, Smirnoff Vodka, Jack Daniels, Baileys. I mean, the list is endless, and the cocktails
It's all
as
coming
well.
back to me, and the cocktails as well. Now, I'm going to be, on my next cruise, I've booked Aqua Class.
You're
so tell me then,
spoiling
Ruth.
yourself.
I am. Go on, what extras
Well,
will we get?
Aqua Class is all about health and well-being, but please don't think you're going to be eating celery sticks and carrots, because it's about the spa. You've got your own concierge, but you get your own beautiful restaurant, which you can see at the top there, called Blue. It's called Clean Cuisine, so it's still sumptuous. You'll still have steaks and seafood and fish, but they'll probably cooked with 1 knob of butter rather than 6. But it is incredible, and they do an amazing breakfast. And of course, you have the Persian garden, which we saw in the film earlier with those hot stone beds. You will be so looked after. You'll feel like you're on cloud 9 when you come home.
Well, just speak to our cruise consultancy. We'll talk you through that. So let's just recap. It's such a brilliant offer that Ruth's brought us today.
Yes.
We do think it is going to go very, very quickly. So a free classic drinks package and up to $500 onboard spend per stateroom on an ocean view and above. Free port parking or half-price gratuities. And that's what Planet Cruise are offering exclusively, Justin. Brilliant. On an ocean view above. The 2 nights on board in St. Petersburg on selected departure dates. And as I mentioned, they do vary slightly just depending on which date you book.
Yes, some of them have got 2 days in St. Petersburg, but then you get 2 days in Copenhagen or 2 days in Stockholm. So you've got a variety of dates with a variety of itineraries.
Well, just want to say a final thank you to Ruth because an amazing offer, Ruth.
Thank you.
And I can gush about celebrity all night, but incredible company.
This is our most popular itinerary from Southampton. It sells out like hotcakes.
And we think it's going to go very quickly tonight. Ruth, thank you so much.
And I was going to say, don't forget, there is a celebrity special coming up as well. So if it's not what you want tonight, there's a fantastic...
Well, there's a special show
you heard
coming
it
up in September. There is.
You're going to get to see more of the ships a little bit later on in September. Ruth, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Anyway, we always get behind on time. So our next cruise is with Holland America. And it's a fantastic cruise over to South America, 17 nights. So let's just take you on board and give you a little taster of life with Holland America. Now, again, we are talking about 5-star cruising here, aren't we, Justin?
Do you know what? Holland America is a brand, fantastic. You can see the ships. In fact, this ship I know very well because it's a Vista class. P&O and Holland America shared the same almost chassis of ship.
Oh,
so
really?
it was actually then outfitted differently. So the actual deck plan, near enough identical. Great open spaces, great gym facilities as well. I particularly like the itinerary, which we'll come to. Lovely atriums as well. And with Holland America, you've got sort of themes that run through the ship. The food is fantastic, as you'd expect on board. Very much Italian and Mediterranean. And of course, the actual decor itself celebrates a lot of the Dutch explorers as well. So plenty of bars to explore. I know we were talking about the martini bar earlier on, but how about a glass of champagne?
It is one of the things I love about being on a cruise ship is the choice. You know, you're not just stuck in one,
something new.
Yeah,
exactly.
You're not just stuck in a hotel with one bar and one boring restaurant that you're in 3 times a day. There's a lot of choice, and the entertainment as well.
Look, there's a different show every night. There's onboard entertainers, there's port lecturers, there'll be comedians, there'll be singers. You know, you've got something. You don't have to do it. You can, again, if you want to go to the show, go and see the show. If not, have a quiet drink, because I tell you what, the bars are nice and quiet whilst the show is on. Take a tip from the man who knows.
That's true, isn't it? Yeah, all those years working on the ships. Now, again, you know, although I've been very lucky to travel to many places, I haven't been to this part of the world either. Just
I'll be honest with you, 6 years in cruising, I only actually did this itinerary once.
Was it amazing?
So that gives you some sort of an idea of how rare it is for a ship to go there. And these are once-in-a-lifetime ports.
Well, it starts off with a flight based on London Heathrow over to Buenos Aires, and we actually stay there in a 4-star hotel for a night, don't we?
Which you have to, because you cannot have an embarkation port where here's what you could have seen, on we go to the ship. Buenos Aires is full of life. It's colourful. You've got the birthplace of tango as well. One thing I'd highly recommend is go out and find a tango show. You'll see these graceful old men with these beautiful young girls and dancing a fantastic routine. Also, if you want to get out to some of the gaucho shows with the riders, like the cowboys, the food is fantastic. And if you do get chance, you can actually go to the cemetery. You're probably thinking, what's he talking about, a graveyard? You want to go and see perhaps Eva Perón's grave. Yes. Because there's a wonderful shrine, and it's unlike, if you've been to New Orleans, the cemeteries are above ground, they're completely different, and even, it sounds a little bit morbid, but you've got to go and see it. It's one of those things that until you actually get there, you go, oh, I'm intrigued, I'm glad I went. Anyway, then we're off to Uruguay, a fantastic football state. You've got plenty of things to see and do here. I'd definitely say on this one, book up in advance and do a tour. So you can do through that through Planet Cruise. So when you speak to the cruise specialist, you can do that.
We should say you obviously you've joined the cruise.
Yeah, sorry,
yeah,
I'm already into it.
Yeah, you're on the cruise.
I'm halfway to the Falkland Islands because that's your next stop. You've got 2 days at sea, and then you're on to the Falklands Islands. Now, this is quite unique because it is a very rare part of the world. One thing that I would highly recommend, I've got a very good friend of mine who's a cruise director, still for P&O. He's mad on penguins.
Yeah, you were telling me about him earlier.
And you've got to do a tour here because it is some of the best. It's one of the best places on the planet to actually see penguins. And if you know the right people, if you book in advance, you can find some of the little coves and go down there and just be with these great creatures in their natural habitat. We're not talking a zoo, we're not talking feeding them fish, we're talking respecting nature and actually seeing it up close.
It must be quite amazing.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of things to see and do here as well, because of course there's a great military history as well. We're not going to go too much into it. If you do want to go and see some of that, then you can do. Whether you perhaps got relatives that may have served in the Falklands, or if you're interested in military history, then you can do that. Then we're off to the Strait of Magellan. So this will be, again, a lovely day at sea and cruising through the actual glaciers as well. Now, sometimes what they will do, and everybody goes, icebergs? Yeah, you will get lumps of ice that are floating around that come off of the glaciers. What the actual captain will do sometimes is pull one of those pieces of ice on board.
Really?
So, yeah, and it was amazing. When we get, we get to Ushuaia in a second. I'll tell you more about it there. Then we're going to go into Punta Arenas and the Beagle Channels, the Glacier Alley, and Cockburn as well. This is where you do see your glaciers.
And I was going to say the views must be
breathtaking.
Yeah, spectacular.
I would say get more batteries. And yeah, there's the rock hoppers.
Hey,
there they are. I prefer the emperor penguins. I always just think of a tap dance routine and sort of like a dinner jacket. But no, that is very much a day at sea with a lot of commentary and a lot to see and do. Yeah. And either here or Ushuaia, which is our next port of call in Argentina, they will probably pull some of the ice up on board the promenade deck. And the weird thing is, you think, oh, that ice will be melted within a few hours. It's not. It's there all day.
Why?
Just getting smaller and smaller because literally the ice is so cold and compacted. So it's just fantastic. Now, Ushuaia is the most southerly point. I do believe you can do tours that do go down to the South Pole. So if you want to do that just for the day, you can fly down there, then you can do. But the next day is a once-in-a-lifetime experience, cruising Cape Horn. If you're lucky enough to have done the Capes, it's the tickless. It's like crossing the line. When you cross the equator, there's a big ceremony called crossing the line, and it's an initiation. If you've never done it before, then I shan't say anything.
This is on my wish list, though. It really is.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Next couple of days again, you've got the Canal Sarmiento, and then you've got the Chilean fjords as well, which is 2 days which you're going to be cruising through the fjords, seeing more of these fantastic glaciers and these mountain landscapes. But then you're coming back in to Puerto Montt. So this is your first day back on land, and again, you've got to see the west coast. It is so beautiful. You've got the snow-capped mountains, and then you've got these gorgeous, it's very much like Norway, because you've got very similar sorts of atmospheres and geography.
And I love Norway. So.
Yeah, it's fantastic. But then you finish up in Santiago, Valparaiso, and then fly back to London.
I mean, when you think your return flights are included,
look at how many pinholes are in your map.
So all of these fabulous places, and yet we've got a price tonight starting out at just $1,749.
Do you know what that works out per night? £103 per night per person.
Is that all?
Yeah. It's just amazing.
I think this is one of the best we've had, actually, for this destination, isn't it?
For Holland, America, this is very, very good.
Sorry, I'm shopping, I'm thinking,
You've booked one, you've got the bug now, haven't you?
Well, I'm looking at the dates and thinking I could maybe do the March 2017. Anyway, let's have a little look. What is included? So, your return flights, they are based on London Heathrow, plus all of your overseas transfers, of course. Flights are available from most UK airports. We say this generally with all of our cruises. If we can find an airport closer to your home, we will certainly do that for you as well. And you are over and out of board, of course, in Buenos Aires as well, with that hotel stay included. The lead date there is 6th November, and the ID number is 123640. Now, we are... Oh, no, we're not. I was going to say we're about to move on to our next cruise, but we're going to hold it there, because... we're going to go directly to the Planet Cruise phone lines, and we're going to speak to, is it Rob? Rob? Hey there, mate. Hello. Well, maybe we're not, Justin. Rob, are you there? I'm imagining.
All I'd say is, this is live. Anything could happen.
Well, listen.
Rob?
No.
He's not there. We might have to try him later.
He's trying to get through, so hopefully he'll succeed, because apparently there's a hot deal that's just come in. But anyway, we will try. We'll get him.
Rob, if you're watching, just send us a text message and let us know about the deal, or send somebody an email.
But there is a hot deal hopefully coming in. Now, we're going to move on. We are going to move on, Justin, to aboard the Ventura.
Is that him?
Now, price of $779 on this. But a brilliant single supplement of $1,099 for single price, I should say. Now, a man that was single for many years, too many years to count.
That was cruel.
It was a great link. It was the one and only Keith Maynard. Here he is.
Fresh from her multi-million-pound refit, P&O's Ventura was launched in April 2008 by Helen Mirren. She marked an exciting new direction for P&O Cruises and is a large, beautiful, contemporary and family-friendly ship with bags of character and a more informal onboard vibe that's making her a firm favourite with many passengers.
One thing is for sure, you certainly won't go thirsty. With its emphasis on catering for today's British tastes, Ventura hosts numerous watering holes, from the visually stunning panoramic video wall of the metropolis through to a traditional pub, the Exchange. But this is my absolute hands-down favourite, Ollie Smith's new Glass House wine bar. It's a relaxed and stylish setting with tasty food available, and also these wonderful flights where you can try lots of different new wines. With club or freedom dining on offer and a 24-hour buffet, you have real flexibility and you really can make the cruise fit your schedule. The recent refit also saw Atul Couture's Asian-inspired restaurant East added to Ventura's culinary arsenal. And when you do go, make sure you try the 24-hour slow-cooked lamb rendang. With 4 pools, a massive sports deck, special celebrity sailings, a new behind-the-scenes backstage tour, the biggest gym and spa in the fleet. There is loads to do on board Ventura other than just relax with a good book and top up your tan. But it's in the evening that this ship really comes alive. Vibrant West End style shows with exciting UK guest acts played twice nightly in the Arena Theatre. Then there's the excellent light entertainment which takes place in both the Havana Show Lounge and also the Tamarind Club. But what I like most is this stunning new atrium with this wonderful dance floor. The accommodation is bright, spacious and full of designer touches. There are big suites that can cater for up to a family of 6, through to these new single cabins that are a great cost-effective option for solo travellers like myself.
Yes, and the single price is, say, starting at just $1,099. Keith is no longer single, by the way, those of you asking.
He's off the market.
He's got engaged, doesn't he?
Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah,
I
he's
didn't
got
know.
engaged.
I'm waiting for the invite. Anyway,
right, let's talk about this cruise.
Well, I was going to say, P&O value of £56 per person per night. It doesn't do it justice because the ships are absolutely fantastic. Their entertainment is great. The food is great. And this is a classic itinerary. Just absolutely, again, sailing out of Southampton, this is P&O's home port here in the UK. Fantastic sail away straight into Lisbon. You'll be underneath the 25th of April bridge, which looks like the San Francisco Bridge. You've got some fantastic courtyards to wander around, and you've got to go up into the town and take a tram ride. It's a great experience. Just make sure you get a ticket. Also, wander down the quayside to the Bell End Tower. It's definitely a must-see. Get some pictures down there. And also the Monument of Discoveries as well. All of this, in fact, the next picture that you're going to see, you can see the bridge in the background, walk to the Monument of Discoveries, and the Bell End Tower will be the next stop. So, nice little wander. Then we've got Cadiz. We're off to Cadiz. Now, this is a classic Spanish port. You've got some great beaches, but of course, don't forget this is Atlantic coast here. So, I'd recommend wandering around the town. Great sort of tapas region. You've got a mixture, really, of the Basque and the Andalusian flavour. So, fantastic there. Then we're into Gibraltar. Great duty-free port. Got to go up the rock. Don't feed the monkeys. I've just told you, don't feed the monkeys. They'll take anything. Then we're off to Cartagena. Again, this, fantastic. You've got the amphitheatre in Cartagena that you've got to go and see. Really, really good for shopping as well. There's a yacht port that if you want to just put your polo shirt on, you know, a little pink number, go for a glass of wine, then you can do. But then from Cartagena, we're into Malaga. Again, great for tapas, great for shopping. Go and see the Malgueta as well. Again, you're not going to see the bullfighting there, but you've got to embrace the traditions and the culture. Then we're into Casablanca, Morocco. Now, I love this port. It is one of those places. Yeah, play it again, Sam. Yeah, not Sam the producer, Sam as in the film. But there's some fantastic mosques here. You've got to go and see this part of the world because the architecture is absolutely stunning. And the Grand Bazaar, well, let's face it, you've got to go and see it just for the Bond value, haven't you? I mean, how many Bond... Exactly.
So true.
Then you've got relaxing day at sea and we're off to the Canaries. We're going to go into Madeira, Funchal. This is a beautiful port, great flower markets. You've got the bird of paradise that you can get a hold of here, Madeira cake, Madeira wine. Just a great port to walk around.
And they do have really nice temperatures all year round there, don't they?
Yeah, with Madeira, it's one of those places that if it rains and it's hot. Yeah. And then it like steams. It's amazing.
It's lovely.
But then that's why it's such a lush green island. And again, they've got that Portuguese flavour. Then 3 relaxing days at sea, back to Southampton, and just look at the itinerary you've got, the value you've got, the single special, and we can also offer you a night at the Marriott, which comes with your port parking, your port transfers as well.
I mean, this works out around about £390 a week, doesn't it? Which is ridiculous.
You break it down, you won't be able to stay at home for that. No. Not for the sort of food, the entertainment that you get in.
And that great single special, that is really good for our solo passengers there, as I mentioned, starting at just $1,099. Book today with a deposit only. And don't forget, if you don't live very close to Southampton, if you want to make your cruise even more stress-free, then you could add a night on at the Meon Valley Marriott in Southampton from only £89 per person. Now, that includes parking. If you worked out what your parking would cost for 2 weeks, it really works out great value to stay there the night before. Now, we've given up on Rob. We can't get. He tried to call through. I think his phone's died. So anyway, it doesn't matter because we've got
a backup.
We have. We've got Glenn from Planet Cruise on the phone lines. Fingers crossed. Glenn, are you there?
It's going well.
It's going really well. Are we live? Just to know, what did you say? We are, aren't we?
We're live.
Of course we are.
We'll cut it out in the edit. It'll
Right,
be fine.
okay. One final time. You do it.
Glenn, are you there?
No.
No, he's not. We will get the deal through to our gallery.
I'll tell you what,
and
we'll let you know what it is. We don't know, but there is a hot deal that's come in. We will find a way of telling you. I haven't sat home laughing away.
I know they're probably sat there together having a glass of wine. Anyway, how would you like to have something completely different? You need to try river cruising.
Do you know, I really do. I've been looking. I've done. I think it's 23 cruises now.
23.
Yeah, but never a river cruise.
Do you know, it was my first ever ship experience, and it was fantastic.
Was it really?
And do you know, actually, once you sort of progress through, you go on bigger ships, you go to further destinations. You actually want to strip it back and just go back to the essence of what a ship is about. It's freedom. And these river cruises, and particularly with Avalon, their ships are beautiful. You've got that 5-star service. Take a look at this. Food-wise, absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. And with Avalon, like all the luxury that you'd expect, you are literally stepping off of your ship onto the quayside in the heart of the city or port where you're actually going.
I'm just amazed at how beautiful the ships are.
Well, again, look at the views that you've got.
Yeah.
You are only a few metres from the quayside. Again, the food that you get, you can't describe. It's like ocean cruising and cuisine and all of your a la carte, but just condensed down in something where there's just over 100 people, where the crew will get to know you. Again, you're only going to have a ratio of sort of perhaps 30 or 40 crew, if that. But the views, you are literally getting the views a few feet away from you on all of that luxury, all of that food. Look at that creme brulee.
I know, sorry, I'm feeling really hungry watching this.
I know, I am as well. But the great thing is where you're going. And this is the thing. Sometimes when we talk about ocean cruises, you're going into the port for, and you have to then get on a train or you have to go on a bus in. You're actually there. And you are sailing a lot later. You're cruising through the night sometimes. So the first thing in the morning, you're at the quayside. The last thing, you wander up. It's just great.
And we should say on this one, you've got excursions in every port included.
Yeah, and you get your wines, your beers, your soft drinks with all of your meals included as well. So, you know, it's great that you've got that.
So all of your meals are included, and you get drinks with your evening meal on this one, don't you?
Yeah.
Fabulous. And you do, of course, even get your tips included as well. So it's a great price. And a river view for under £1,000. So I'm going to sit back and relax and enjoy this one.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. Straight away, you know, usually we're looking at a coastline. Oh, we're inland. We're actually at Vernon, and this is your port for... this is Paris. Vernon is the first name. You actually get all of your excursions included, and the first day that you spend on board the ship, after the wonderful embarkation in Paris, in Vernon, is an excursion. You get a choice. So you can either go to Giverny or the busy castle, or you can go on a guided walking tour and see the parish church of Le Grand Allée. So plenty of choice that you've got there. On day 3, we're going into Cordovec. Now, this, again, you get a choice of excursion. You either get a chance to go on the thatched cottages route, or you can go for the Normandy Abbeys route. Now, again, all of this is included. You are getting tour guides and cruise directors that will get to know you as a group. So, you know, sometimes when you go away with friends and family and they go, oh, I've been here before, they turn into the tour guide. It's a little bit more relaxed. You know, you just got that real feel. Then we're going to go into Rouen. Now, you're getting a guided sightseeing tour here. You're going to get to see the astronomical clock as well, not the astrological, astronomical. And also get to visit the cathedral, as you saw there. You've got to go and see those. That's included. Then we're on to day 6. We're into Conflans. Now, this is where you get a chance to see either Napoleon or Josephine's Château de Marmention.
Your French pronunciations are very good tonight, Justin.
I've just had a glass of Bordeaux. I know very little in French. I know fromage and vin, which is an interesting combination the next morning. But there we go. Then we're back into Paris. This 7-day, it's just a beautiful way to go around, and you get a chance to see Paris, as in the sights and sounds of Paris, on a guided walking tour as well. So you get to see the Notre Dame Cathedral, and you get to see the heart of Paris as well.
And are you there 2 nights?
You are there 2 nights, yes.
Wow. So it's not, because it's all, you know, sometimes you don't want to do Paris and rush around, do you?
Well, can I just say, a port transforms at night. It's one thing to see it in the daytime, see it at night. I mean, see the Eiffel Tower lit just as it was there. Absolutely stunning. The fact that you've got that opportunity to be on board a ship as well, not a hotel that you have to go back to or get taxis. You can just wander back and just, you'll be able to see the ship in a second. It's just stunning.
Now, something I forgot to mention as well, every aspect of this is premium luxury. You will actually get an Avalon VIP chauffeur service by an executive car. So that's how you're going to actually get.
And that's within 100 miles of your home.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just think about how much a taxi would be, but an executive taxi.
So that is included in the price tonight, believe it or not. You've got luxury en suite accommodation, breakfast, lunch and dinner all served on board. You will get wine and beer and soft drinks included with your dinner, of course, as well. Excursions at every single port as well, complimentary tea and coffee, and you have got those overnights on board as well, including the 2 nights in Paris as well. I think the prices on this are incredible, actually. Do you know, we even have a few Riverview rooms available for the 30th of August. So if you can get away in the next couple of weeks, they are available. The lead date, the 4th of October, we've got very limited availability. We've just sold out the French balcony. The Riverview is going the same way. So please, if you do want that lead date, give us a call sooner rather than later. You can imagine how quickly this one's been going. And again, just to remind you that you will get the VIP return chauffeur home pickup. You'll get your tips included, Wi-Fi and excursions in every port. Return flights are based from London, but we have got those available from other UK airports. And you get all of your wine, beer and soft drinks included with your evening meal as well. Brilliant deal. The item number there is 92982. Don't forget, the phone number on this show is 080-250-2662.
With that one, Sean,
That's amazing.
I've got to point out, when you break that down, we've been talking about great value of P&O, £56 per night per person, but with that last cruise, it works out £137. Now you think, £130? But that includes that executive car to the airport, so that's covered. It includes your excursions. It includes, perhaps if you're not a big drinker and you only like a glass of wine with your evening meal, then it's going to be perfect for you.
Really good, but you can imagine, I'm sure that one's selling very, very quickly. However, we're going to finish with a biggie, a real biggie. Wow. So I'm looking at this one, 24 nights. And what I love about this, it's a combination of land tours, a cruise, and even a 3-night river cruise as well.
This is unbelievable. So you've got a 9-night cruise with Royal Caribbean, it's a fantastic brand, fantastic ship. Yeah. You've got stays as well, and then on top of it, you've got a 3-day where you're actually on board a river cruise ship on the Yangtze. But this is the actual ship that you're going to be on for 9 days of this fantastic 24-night, excursion. It's like an epic journey, isn't it? You've got all of the facilities that you expect with Royal Caribbean. So you get all of your spa facilities, fantastic restaurants, the wall climbing, the golf course, and every night just fantastic food. And I must admit, Italian food, I've got a soft spot for Italian food. But then you've got Johnny Rockets. You've got to have a burger in the day, haven't you? And have a hot diggity dog.
And that's the entertainment there, the way that, you know, gets up and dances, that's great, isn't it?
And it's not in the theatre.
No.
Everywhere. Kids clubs are fantastic. So if you have got children, or you perhaps want to take the grandkids, then this is going to be absolutely perfect for you. But look at the ships.
And we should say, the Eclipse film you're watching right now is for Voyage of the Seas, but we are going on the Mariner of the Seas, which is the same class.
It's the same class, but just the decor's slightly different. But again, you know, ice rinks on board, bumper cars on board. It's just something that there's something always going on. It really is a great ship. Yeah,
you're never going to be bored for a single second, actually, with Royal Caribbean. I think I've cruised them, I think it's 4 times, and always had a great time. That's only part of this epic journey, though.
We're sort of repositioning now. We're on the edge of our seats.
So we're going to rewind to the beginning of this trip, actually, because we're flying from London over to Beijing, first of all.
This is your embarkation port, where you spend 3 nights in a 4-star hotel, but it's not the hotel that you're going to see. You're going to go and see the Great Wall of China. You can see this from space. This is something that is one of the wonders of the world. Absolutely stunning. Then you're going to get a chance to go see the Forbidden City, go to Tiananmen Square as well. This is literally the stones and the cobbles of history. So absolutely stunning that you've got that there. So the fact that you've got those 3 days where you've got the Great Wall of China, the Forbidden City and Tiananmen Square, as I was saying, it's just great to start your month off. It's nearly a month, isn't it?
It is actually. I mean, best part of one.
Yeah. Then you're actually going to be transferring your hotel to an airport and then flying across to Xi'an. Now, this is again where you get a chance to stay for 2 nights in a 4-star hotel, but this time you get to go and see the Terracotta Warriors. Now, this is simply amazing. These warriors are all unique. They were all crafted and they were all buried for the afterlife, and they are all unique. Some of the prizes and the fineries that they buried there are just absolutely stunning. They're still unearthing things. This is
really.
Again, I think it was back in the 70s that they actually started excavating, and they're still finding things. That's the great thing. So you get a chance to stay there, but wait for it. You then get chance to stay in Chengdu and go to see one of the greatest creatures on the face of the planet.
Are you ready?
How can you not get gooey and just go, oh, it's a panda bear. It's a panda bear. What a life, eh? Sitting around chewing bamboo.
Oh,
right?
look at the next picture, though.
That's me. I'm just chilling, and then look. In fact, actually, look, I'm just hanging with my guys. In fact, that's probably. And bear in mind, all joking aside, they are super cute, but this is a very, very rare species. It's an endangered species. So to go and actually see these guys in their natural, when I say natural habitat, where they should be from, is pretty special. It's one of those things that if you've always wanted to do it, then definitely tick list. But it doesn't stop there, because after your 3 nights in Beijing, after your 2 nights in Xi'an, and then Chengdu, this is when you get on board your first ship, a river cruise. Now, this is where you board a ship on the Yangtze. Now, this is great because you get 3 nights on board, 2 days cruising the actual river itself. So fantastic to see more of the interior of the country.
It really is an unbelievable epic journey, this one, isn't it? And imagine trying to arrange this all yourself. Planet Cruise are experts.
We're only halfway through.
I know we are. Not even that, actually. So we're on our river cruise. It's three nights, isn't it?
3 nights, and then you go from Shanghai. You actually disembark, fly to Shanghai,
yeah.
But this is where it starts, because now you get a 2-night stay in Shanghai where you get to go to see the Yew Gardens. Now, the Yew Gardens, these were private gardens back in the day, and some of the finest of their time, some of the largest. This is where you get to see the classic pagodas, the classic bridges, the koi carp. But then, complete juxtaposition, you see the skyline. And seeing that at night over Shanghai, it is just incredible. Really is, really is. But another tour that you get a chance to go on as well is the Bund. Now, the Bund is very much the sort of financial district down on the banks of the river. But this is where you get to see some amazing architecture. It literally is a museum of architecture of living buildings. So you get both of those tours as well. Then you're getting on board your cruise ship.
Yes.
And this is where you embark, the Mariner of the Seas. Not the ancient Mariner.
And we saw the footage earlier. Fantastic ship. So much choice, so much to do. And we're on here for 9 nights, aren't we, you said?
You know what? 9 nights. And the problem is, because this is such an epic cruise, it's places like Xiamen and Hong Kong that we just skirt over. And Hong Kong, fireworks display, light display every night at 8 o'clock, the harbour, amazing. But now we're going to Vietnam. We go to Ho Chi Minh City, and this is where you have another overnight on board.
And just to remind you, so you're in Hong Kong, then 2 nights at sea before Vietnam, isn't it?
Hong Kong with the firework display and the light show. And then we're into Vietnam. Now,
I love Vietnam, you know. It's
one part of the world I've never actually travelled.
Really? Oh.
But I'd love to hear all of those bikes and just the little beep, 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 and all the food as well. Just imagine the chilies, the noodles, slurping away.
And, you know, I found that, you know, the people so kind and Oh, just wonderful country, honestly, wonderful. And you are there in Ho Chi Minh. You overnight on board there, aren't you?
Overnight on board there, yeah. So again, great. All I'd say is don't stay on board the ship. Go out and explore.
Definitely.
You've got to go down and find, you know, some dark alley with a great food stall where it's just amazing noodles, and experience that part of life. They'll probably blow your socks off because they're so hot, but great fun. Then we're going to be having a nice relaxing day at sea before we go to Singapore. I cannot believe how many big ports you've got here. You need a month. Singapore is one of those places which, again, is very cultural. So you've got some of the old buildings, but you've got some amazing new buildings as well. You've got the Yas Marina circuit as well here. So you've got plenty to see with the marina. You've got Raffles Hotel as well. You've got to go there and have a Singapore sling. And one thing that I'd recommend is the Marina Bay. Sorry, I said Yas Marina, didn't I? That's Abu Dhabi.
I wonder where you were.
Sorry, the Marina Bay. Now this is 3 skyscrapers with a man-made island on the top. You want to go to Riverside Point as well at Clark Quay because this is where you've got all your nightlife down there. But just an amazing city.
And the fact that you are here for 2 nights in a 4-star hotel, you know, I visited Singapore but only had a night and it wasn't enough.
Yeah, but can I just say, 4-star in this part of the world, especially with a very servant culture, just the service is absolutely superb.
Now, I know that was an awful lot to take in. Well, you are, of course, transferred then to the airport and you fly back to the UK, but it is a trip of a lifetime. And all I ask tonight, because I know there's an awful lot to that, give us a call if you are interested. Our cruise consultants will talk you through in more detail on this one. But just to recap, you've got the 11-night China Lantern. That includes the 5-star Yahtzee River Cruise, the Terracotta Warriors, the Great Wall, and the Pandas, of course, as well.
Don't forget the Pandas.
Oh, you can't. All meals and gratuities are included on the Lantern. You've got return flights based from London, and you've got all of those stays, haven't you?
Yeah. Beijing, Chengdu, Shanghai, and Singapore. I thought I'd say them for you.
Yeah. But all of that tonight, it is a trip of a lifetime. And I said the price starting there at just $3,149. But do give us a call if you are interested. We can talk you through in far more detail on that one. That was amazing. I said to try and arrange that all, you know, by yourself would be an absolute nightmare. Planet Cruise are experts at this. Just one more thing that we wanted to mention. How about an afternoon tea with Regent 7 Seas? This is something that you can do. It's on Thursday, the 25th of August. That's this Thursday, isn't it?
Yeah, this Thursday.
That's this Thursday. Arrive at 1 p.m, starts at 1:30, you get complimentary drinks on arrival. A Regent 7 Seas presentation, I've actually seen these, they are incredible. And afternoon tea there. Wow.
Can I just say that
very nice.
Bear in mind, Planet Cruise is international, but we are, you know, we are very aware that there is a very, very big following from up north. I am an adopted northerner with all my in-laws in Warrington, so that for guys and girls in Manchester, it's going to be perfect.
Yeah.
But we've got through a late-minute deal. We've actually got it through from Rob.
Yes, we can't hear him, so he's had to speak to our production team upstairs. Gone. So it's Royal Caribbean, isn't it?
Royal Caribbean. The last one was quite large, wasn't it? 24 nights. This is 6 nights in half term as well for only £469 per person.
Wow.
And it's going around France and Spain.
Lovely. Do you have the date at all on this one?
22nd of October.
22nd of October, and it was what? Was it 469?
469 per person.
Wow, Royal Caribbean. So apologies. We got there in the end, so give us a call for that one. That's
Thanks, Rob.
Yeah. We are live. We proved it tonight. Anyway, we are just going to recap all the...
He's going to send me a selfie now.
The 6 cruises that we had tonight. We started off with Princess Cruises on board the Crown Princess. It's a 7-night cruise, don't forget, starting at just $629. You got so much there, including up to $295 onboard spend per stateroom. So a great family full price on that one at $1929. If you have cruised with Princess in the past, then your price will just be $579 as well. Then we had the lovely Ruth on the sofa with Celebrity on board, the award-winning Celebrity Eclipse. 40 nights, and this one has just come down in price, by the way, today. £200 came came down on the inside. But my advice, I would actually upgrade to an Ocean View and above. You'll get a free classic drinks package. That would be worth a lot over 2 weeks. You know, you work out what the value of that.
Definitely.
Yeah, that saved me a fortune. And up to $500 onboard spend per stateroom as well. And from Planet Cruise, you've given us free port parking.
Free port parking and half-price gratuities. The choice of either. Both, I think we said earlier on, was the sort of value of £100. So you get to choose which one.
If you go for an Ocean View or above. 2 nights overboard in St. Petersburg, so you've got 2 nights there. On board in St. Petersburg, and the itineraries differ slightly just depending on departure dates. So just ask us about that. Then, Holland, America. Wow. I thought this was fantastic, actually. Didn't you?
Yeah, just destination, destination, destination.
Return
not
flights,
location.
Based on London Heathrow. Again, we've got flights from most UK airports and they're overnight on board in Buenos Aires as well. Then P&O, this was a great deal. Actually, if you are a single and a solo passenger on this one, we have got prices starting at just $1,099 there. And as we mentioned, if you do want to stay the night before in the Meon Valley Marriott, you can do that for only £89 per person. That includes parking and port transfers as well. Great price on that one for 2 weeks, starting at $779. And then the most wonderful river cruise with Avalon Waterways. I thought this one looked really, really nice.
For me, it's the VIP chauffeur. It's just fantastic. And again, the ships are absolutely unique. You get your wine and beer, soft drinks with your evening meal as well, and all of those excursions, just fantastic.
Yeah. And Wi-Fi and tips, of course, as well. And that's starting at under £1,000. And then the epic.
Yep, 24 nights, including 2 nights in Beijing, stay in Xi'an and Chengdu with the pandas, Shanghai as well. You get Hong Kong that you can go and see your fireworks display and light show, and Singapore.
I'll tell you what, there's really been something for everyone tonight, hasn't there?
Well, if there hasn't, just give us a call and we'll find something.
That is very true. We'll leave you the details with Celebrity. I'm sure we've been very, very busy for this one. Justin, you're here next week, aren't you?
Yes.
Yes.
I just had to think then. Yeah, yes. I just wasn't too sure.
Thank you so much, matey. Thank you to everyone that's watched the show and joined us tonight. And don't forget, give us a call. Any questions, any queries about any of the deals we've seen, give us a call on that free phone number. And we're open until 10:30, aren't we?
Yes, yeah.
And if you've never booked a cruise, please try one. They are absolutely wonderful. So I think once you've been on a cruise, you never want to do a boring land holiday again. I'll see you next week as well. My name's Sean Ryan. Thank you to Justin. And thank you to Planet Cruise.